For over 3 decades, Bob Lazar's story hovered between myth and conspiracy. An ex-physicist who claimed to have worked on alien craft at a facility called S4, just south of Area 51. Many dismissed him, but now newly declassified satellite images have surfaced. Photos that appear to match the underground hangars and base layouts Lazar described back in 1989 cuts and mountainsides. Recessed entrances, angular infrastructure never before seen by the public. Could this be the first visual link between Lazar's claims and physical reality? Or are we seeing only what we want to believe? Enter the secret base. The barren salt flat of Groom Lake, elevated at 4,409 feet and measuring about 3.7 miles north-south by 3 miles east-west, sits 83 miles north-northwest of Las Vegas in southern Nevada Area 51, officially referenced in a CIA document and formally acknowledged in 2013, occupies this remote terrain. The U.S. Air Force describes the facility as part of an open training range, but the secrecy, the restricted airspace designated R-4808N, and the blank zones on maps all helped spawn an aura of mystery. Originally, the site was selected in April 1955 for Lockheed U-2 reconnaissance testing under CIA-led Project Aquatone. Shortly thereafter, the site saw the development of the Lockheed A-12 under Project Oxcart beginning August 1959 and into the early 1960s. Over the decades, the base's claimed legitimate uses accumulated. Advanced aircraft, stealth prototypes, for instance the F-117 Nighthawk first flown at the site in June 1981, and covert test programs. But overlapping and entwined with the known history is another narrative, claims of extraterrestrial craft stored, reverse-engineered in hidden hangars, in a facility called S4 south of Area 51 that emerged in 1989 through public statements by Bob Lazar. The stage is thus set. A remote desert base known for cutting-edge aviation becomes the center of rumors about alien technology. The question lingers, what lies beneath those hangars? As we shift focus from the sealed gates of Groom Lake to the man who opened the spotlight, the story turns to Lazar's explosive claims, the alleged underground facility, and flying saucers of non-human origin. Lazar's explosive claims. In 1989, Bob Lazar publicly claimed he was hired to work at a facility known as S4, described as a shuttered hangar complex about 8.5 miles south of Area 51. According to Lazar, the job was to reverse engineer 9 flying saucers of alleged extraterrestrial origin, each stored in underground hangars he claimed to have visited central to his story was an exotic material. Element 115, the atomic number for the element later synthesized and named moscovium, in 2003, Lazar asserted a stable isotope of this element powered anti-gravity propulsion systems. He described the craft as lacking seams or rivets, with no conventional propulsion, no jet tunnels or tails, nothing resembling known aircraft. His narrative holds that the United States government had been secretly experimenting with non-human technology far beyond anything disclosed to the public. These claims catapulted Lazar into the mainstream of UFO conspiracy circles. By the early 1990s, his interviews aired widely, including a famed segment with Las Vegas KLOE-STV's George Knapp. Whether one sees him as whistleblowers or hoaxer, Lazar's story irrevocably changed the way Area 51 was perceived, no longer just a place of stealth bombers, but perhaps something not of this world. But claims require more than belief, they demand evidence. Over the next decades, photos and documents began surfacing. The question evolved, could declassified data support even fragments of Lazar's extraordinary story? What's actually declassified? Over the years, the U.S. government has declassified some documents and photographs related to Area 51, including aerial images, base maps, and structural layouts dating back to the 1950s and 1960s, CBS News. These releases confirm the existence of the base, which the CIA officially acknowledged in 2013 after decades of denial. While significant, these disclosures largely reflect known projects, high-altitude aircraft, radar-evading prototypes, and training infrastructure. Importantly, declassified does not mean disclosure of alien technology. Most images show test aircraft runways, hangars, security perimeters, and roads, but nothing overtly alien. Yet for many, including Lazar, these photos offered more than confirmation. They provided possible corroboration. For example, images showing mountainside cutouts or unlabeled underground zones have been interpreted as aligning with Lazar's descriptions of S4. While the government maintains these are part of conventional test facilities, UFO researchers view them as potential glimpses to what remains hidden. The key claim driving renewed interest. Lazar asserts that recently released imagery formally classified closely matches features he described decades earlier. Whether this is coincidence or confirmation, it marks a turning point, shifting focus from disbelief to closer examination. With visual data now in the public domain, curiosity spikes. If the old stories match today's photos, then something deeper might be unfolding, and it's time to look closer. The photo reveal that shook the forum. In recent interviews, documentaries, and podcasts, including one in 2019 with Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar referenced declassified photos that he claims align with his 1989 descriptions of S4. These images, now circulating in online forums and archival dumps, have ignited debates once again. In them, enthusiasts point to mountainside indentations, large hangars, and unmarked roadways that suggest underground infrastructure. Among the most cited are satellite photos showing terrain cuts along Papoose Lake, about 10 miles from Area 51. While officially unacknowledged, these cuts resemble the kind of camouflaged access points Lazar described decades prior. Researchers have also flagged shadows cast by semi-subterranean structures and dark recesses embedded within mountain ridges. Some of the photos contain previously unseen elements, structures without conventional markings, angular layouts buried in geological formations, and suspicious absence of surface traffic. Though no definitive alien object is visible, the resemblance to Lazar's account is close enough that believers consider it evidence, not of existence, but of continuity. Lazar himself claims that parts of these images show the same 9-hangar layout and access tunnels he walked through during his alleged tenure at S4. Still, skeptics caution these might be conventional test facilities, misinterpreted or deliberately ambiguous. The debate hinges on perception, what is visible and what is projected onto it. The images alone can't prove the existence of alien craft, but if their structure and placement match Lazar's story, the implications change. Next comes the question, are the similarities just coincidence? Bridging the claims and evidence. If the structural features, mountain-embedded hangars, angular access routes, remote runways, line up with Lazar's accounts from 1989, that lends credibility not just to his memory, but perhaps to his entire narrative over 3 decades later. Newly released satellite views reveal shapes and arrangements difficult to ignore. Take the layout, 9 recesses in a curved arc, as described by Lazar, and seen in recent thermal overlays of the Papoose Range. While some experts dismiss this as pareidolia, others argue it suggests purposeful engineering. Cut directly into Nevada's rock formations. That match alone has reignited attention among physicists, aerospace engineers, and open-source analysts alike. Yet the heart of the claim remains speculative. The central piece, element 115, known as moscovium, synthesized in 2003, does exist, but no stable isotope has been found. Lazar's assertion that a stable isotope of element 115 powered gravity-manipulating engines remains unproven in peer-reviewed science. Nonetheless, the match in atomic number stirs curiosity. So we're left with a bridge between claims and clues, between a man accused of fabrication and images that weren't public when he spoke. It shifts the burden, not just to prove Lazar right, but to ask why so many fragments now seem to align. From alignment comes tension. If so much fits, then why the secrecy? The next section delves into the deeper question. Why is Area 51 still so hidden, even in the satellite age? Why the secrecy? Why the hiding? Area 51 operates under extreme classification, with documents labeled top secret/sensitive compartmented information, TS/SCI. Even its budget is a black entry in the Department of Defense ledger. Such secrecy is not unusual, especially for projects involving stealth, reconnaissance, or hypersonic technologies. During the Cold War, secrecy was strategic. Projects like Oxcart and the F-117 Nighthawk required it. But that same wall of silence also invites speculation. Lazar argues that non-human technology, stored and studied under similar secrecy, is hidden by default. Not just because it's alien, but because acknowledging it could cause geopolitical, religious, or scientific destabilization. When the photos emerged, showing structures possibly carved into mountain faces or hidden beneath graded rock, some in the intelligence community reportedly panicked. The fear, according to Lazar, wasn't just national security, but public comprehension. If those photos confirmed more than aircraft, it would force a paradigm shift in disclosure policy. Institutionally, the default is denial. Admitting such technology would not only validate conspiracy, but dismantle the structures of classified control. If Lazar's story holds, secrecy isn't about hiding proof, it's about managing societal reaction. Hence the urgency when shadows in a photo resemble something beyond the known. Even if secrecy is justified, it raises a final point. How does science handle such claims? In the next section, we explore how gravity propulsion and element 115 sit at the edge of physics. The science behind the claims. Element 115, officially named moscovium, was first synthesized in 2003 by a Russian-American collaboration at Dubna. It occupies position 115 on the periodic table, exactly the atomic number Lazar referenced in 1989, years before its public discovery. Science news. However, known isotopes of moscovium decay in milliseconds. They're highly radioactive and unstable, making them unsuitable for the kind of sustained energy output Lazar described. Mainstream physics says no stable isotope has been observed. If it exists, it has yet to be synthesized or detected. Lazar claimed the alien craft generated gravity waves using this element, bending space-time via a strong gravitational field, what he called a gravity amplifier. The problem is, under Einstein's general relativity, creating artificial gravity requires enormous mass or energy. No known propulsion system, including ion drives or plasma fields, mimics such behavior. And yet, recent shifts in military language, terms like UAP instead of UFO, and programs like the 2020 Pentagon UAP Task Force suggest growing institutional interest. Declassified Navy pilot videos from 2004 to 2015 show craft with no visible propulsion, defying inertia. While not proof of Lazar's physics, they revive serious inquiry into non-traditional propulsion. The physics may still be speculative, but the growing institutional focus makes one thing clear: the conversation has evolved. As claims and footage collide, so too do critics and true believers. The critics, the doubters, and the media. Critics have long dissected Lazar's background. His alleged degrees from MIT and Caltech remain unverified. No transcripts, records, or yearbook entries exist. He claims his employment history was erased, but institutions deny his attendance. Doubt also stems from Lazar's lack of technical specificity. Physicists note that his descriptions of gravity propulsion lack mathematical models or experimental reproducibility. ResearchGate papers on anti-gravity often cite Lazar, but dismiss his work as non-rigorous. For scientists, absence of peer-reviewed replication is disqualifying. Even so, media interest hasn't waned. Lazar's 2018 Netflix documentary and his appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, seen by over 10 million viewers, rekindled his legend. In the eyes of many, mainstream dismissal only validates suspicion. If there's nothing to hide, why suppress him? Some of the newly declassified photos are ambiguous. A hangar in shadow, a structure with an odd footprint. Interpretation plays a massive role. A believer sees alien storage. A skeptic sees test infrastructure. Neither can conclusively prove or disprove the other. With debate raging, attention shifts from the messenger to the message. If Lazar's story stands up to even partial scrutiny, what does it mean for society if he's right? The bigger implications, if true. If even part of Lazar's claims, paired with matching images and evolving science, turn out to be true, the implications are staggering. It would mean that for over 30 years, governments have secretly studied non-human technology. Such a revelation would challenge the foundations of modern physics, military strategy, and even energy generation. A gravity-based propulsion system using element 115 could theoretically unlock near-limitless power or travel, changing how humanity interacts with space, its time, and energy. Then there's the social dimension. How would global religions interpret confirmation of alien life? Would political structures adjust or collapse under the pressure of knowledge withheld? Would it erode trust in institutions or unite us under a broader identity as a species? The recently released images act as more than evidence. They are cultural triggers. If secrecy can't contain the narrative anymore, disclosure may be inevitable. That possibility shifts the power dynamic, from governments to the public, from gatekeepers to questioners. Whether these images confirm alien craft or not, they signal a shift in public curiosity. And with that, we arrive at the final question. What should the viewer do with all this? What this means for you. This story about Area 51, Bob Lazar, and gravity-defying craft isn't just about aliens. It's about secrecy, credibility, and who controls the flow of knowledge. It's a case study in power wrapped in mystery. We urge viewers to look closely. Compare Lazar's 1989 statements to the 2020's imagery. Examine the official documents. Question the silence around facilities like Stash 4. Ask not just what's hidden, but why hide it. These new photos transform the dynamic. What once required blind faith now invites forensic inquiry. For the first time, you can compare what was once claimed in whispers to what is now seen from space. Whether alien craft exists or not, the stakes remain the same. If secrecy governs discovery, the public's role is to question. Transparency isn't a luxury, it's accountability. And this story shows that the door to that conversation is no longer fully shut. In the end, whether you believe Bob Lazar or not, the emergence of these declassified images marks a turning point. For over 30 years, his claims hovered on the edge of credibility. Too detailed to ignore, too incredible to accept. But now, with visual data that eerily matches his descriptions, the conversation has shifted. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it's selective interpretation. Or maybe, just maybe, Lazar was telling the truth. And if even part of it holds up, we are not just dealing with the story about Area 51, but about the limits of disclosure, the burden of secrecy, and the slow unraveling of a narrative long kept from public view. These photos don't offer all the answers, but they crack open a door that was once welded shut. So what do we do with this? We ask questions. We compare timelines. We demand transparency. Because the bigger issue isn't just alien craft, it's about who controls information, who decides what the public deserves to know, and what else might still be hidden, waiting to be revealed. This isn't just about Lazar anymore. It's about us, our curiosity, our right to know, and what comes next when the classified becomes visible.